Well guys, with spring pretty much here, it's just time to do a little bit of yard cleanup. Of course, there's going to be leaves that I got to haul away. There's going to be little bits and stuff that I've thrown away over the winter, like these wheels that came from an office chair. I'm not sure why the wheels didn't get out with the chair, because usually they're attached. Got stuff here from the garage reno there, the tool room, demo stuff, and be various other odds and ends and stuff to take out. Now, of course, being the spring of the year, the dump is way too muddy. I learned that last time. To go out there in the spring is a bad mistake. Well, so what I'm going to do is build me some 4-foot sides on the Marathon trailer using my scrap garbage picked OSB here. Build me some 4-foot sides that's going to haul a pretty good jag of goodies. So of course, what I'm going to do is try to use the 8-foot mark of the trailer to try to use the full 8 feet of these sheets. Then if I decide to, I can use the sheets for another use, and I didn't cut them. So really the only thing I'm going to have to cut is something for the front and something for the back to keep stuff from falling out the back. So of course, first thing I'm going to do is sweep out the box there. So of course, the first thing I'm going to do is sweep out the leaves and junk from the floor of the trailer. Find out where my plywood is that went in the bottom of the trailer. Lay that in there and kind of see how she's fitting from there. Okay guys, so we got our floor in the trailer. Now we're going to lay the OSB in there. Pretty much stand her up. Get a rough idea of the height of the sides, as well as what we need to cut for the front piece of the trailer that's going to go across somewhere in here. So guys, as you see there, we got the 4-foot OSB standing up in the trailer. As you see there, she makes for some pretty tall sides. Pretty much just almost as tall as the truck that's pulling it. So she's going to be a pretty good load. Of course, with that comes the wind resistance. So with that, I'm going to have to build, accordingly, right? So what I'll probably end up doing is screwing some 2x4s on the back there to make it strong, and same with the front here, screwing 2x4s on the front. My trailer is whatever, 9 feet or 9 foot 6 inches or something like that. So I was kind of hoping the front would fold up a foot, but apparently she's a little longer than, but we're gonna probably make do with what we have. So what I'll do is I'll cut me some 2x4s at the 4-foot mark, and then we'll fasten them on to the OSB. Okay guys, so now we have our 2x4s cut. We can run us a couple of screws in there to give the OSB a bit of a spine, if you will. Pretty much like that. Now it depends on how you're building this. If you're building it to last, then yeah, you might want to put a few extra screws in there. If you're building it just to be quick, use once, throw away, then yeah, that's pretty much the less screws you use, I guess the better, right? So yeah, we'll run that screw in, and we'll put a couple more in the middle. Okay, so now we have the OSB with the 2x4s attached to her, kind of giving her a bit of a spine. We can throw a measurement between the two sides there, between this one and that one, to see if my other scrap piece I got sitting there will work. If it'll work, I don't think she's 4 feet high. I think she's 3 feet high, but she will fit in there, and it will work good enough, I suppose. So we'll throw a measure on that and probably end up having to cut her to make her fit. Okay, so using our wonderful T-square we got here, so we'll line her up with the mark we made at 59.5, and you pretty much grab her with the T-square and she's ready for the cutting. So of course, for this project I'm using the Ryobi circular saw, the one we did an unboxing on, whatever it was, over a year ago now. It's a cheap saw. It doesn't feel, you know, like an expensive saw does, has that feel, but she does the job and makes the cuts. So pretty much when you're ready there, and give her a cut. So now the cut's made, let's go slap her onto the trailer and see if she fits. Okay guys, so there you go. Got the plywood cut, I guess OSB cut, and in place. I've got a couple of helper screws, you know, in place there, ready to go. So let's give them a drive in. And screw number 2. And screw number 3. Pretty much like that. So now we got this front piece in, we can start measuring up one for the back, or decide what we're going to do for bracing back there. I'll probably just throw a couple of 2x4s up there, and that should be good enough to hold her. So just to give you a bit of a recap here, we got the OSB stood up, the 2x4s screwed on here. We cut ourselves the front piece of the box, if you will. Of course, got the left one here all fastened on as well, and pretty much ready to roll. Then our attention, of course, turns to the back of the trailer. And what I did with the back here, of course, being I got to get in there to unload, what I did is I just put 2x4s across it. The stuff is not going to slide out by far, nor is it going to blow out, because I'll put heavy stuff on the top to hold down anything that might be a little bit lighter. But pretty much she's whatever she is, a scrounged, recycled plywood OSB 2x4s, pretty much trailer box for it, and really didn't cost a whole lot of nothing. If you had to go down to buy this, you'd probably be looking at you know, $70–80 before you knew it, you know. But you kind of make do with what you got, and you know, kind of way she goes. But guys, that's pretty much been it for building a cheap plywood box for the Marathon trailer. So as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's World. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.